Minnesota bill exempts plug-in solar from utility approval. Minnesota bill would let customers install plug-in solar without utility approval. A provision moving through the Minnesota legislature would remove the utility gatekeeping function from small plug-in solar devices entirely, letting customers plug in and generate without an interconnection agreement, a fee, or advance approval. A section of Minnesota's Omnibus Energy Bill, SF 4504, would create a formal exemption for plug-in solar photovoltaic devices from interconnection requirements, net metering provisions, and utility-imposed fees or approval conditions. If enacted, the change would mark a clear departure from the standard regulatory relationship between customers and utilities on distributed generation, at least for small, portable solar equipment. What the plug-in solar provision in SF 4504 actually covers. The bill defines a plug-in solar photovoltaic device as a portable unit intended primarily to offset a portion of a customer's electricity consumption, with a maximum power output of 1,200 watts. To qualify, the device must be capable of connecting with an on-site energy storage system and must be certified to UL 3700, the Underwriters Laboratories standard for interactive plug-in photovoltaic equipment that is compliant with the National Electric Code. Under the exemption, a qualifying device would not require an interconnection agreement with the electric utility, would not fall under the state's net metering rules, and could not be subjected to any fee, required approval, or reporting condition by the utility, with one narrow exception. Utilities would retain the right to require customer registration of the device, including the customer's name, service address, account number, and the brand, model, and kilowatt size of the unit. Who qualifies and what the utility cannot do. The provision applies to customers of any electric utility in Minnesota, defined in the bill as a public utility, cooperative electric association, or municipal utility providing retail electric service. The exemption removes the utility's authority to condition, delay, or charge for the installation or operation of a qualifying device. The bill also specifies that electric utilities are not liable for damage or injury caused by a plug-in solar photovoltaic device, and that customers must install the device according to the manufacturer's instructions. The liability and installation language reflects a model that places responsibility squarely with the device owner rather than the utility, consistent with how other plug-in appliances are treated under existing code. How this provision connects to the broader efficiency and grid access debate. The practical effect of the provision is to clear the regulatory path for a category of small-scale distributed generation that has existed in the consumer market for several years, but has faced an inconsistent and sometimes prohibitive regulatory environment at the utility level. Plug-in solar devices, sometimes called balcony solar or apartment solar in European markets where they are more widely deployed, allow renters, condo owners, and small commercial customers to offset a portion of their consumption without the capital commitment or utility coordination required for rooftop installations. Germany has deployed more than 1 million such devices under a similar regulatory framework that exempts small plug-in units from grid connection rules, according to the German Solar Energy Association. Minnesota's proposal closely mirrors that approach, applying UL certification as the safety standard in place of a utility review process. For facilities and energy managers watching the efficiency plateau play out in commercial settings, the provision represents a policy acknowledgement that demand-side generation at small scale is a legitimate complement to efficiency programs, not a fringe use case requiring utility gatekeeping. Where the bill stands and what comes next. SF 4504 is at approximately 25% of the way through the full legislative process as of its second reading on May 4th, 2026. It was re-referred to the Finance Committee after passing the Energy Committee as amended in April, meaning appropriations review is a remaining step before floor consideration. The plug-in solar section carries its own effective date language, specifying it takes effect the day following final enactment, so its timeline depends on the bill's overall path through the Finance Committee and the full Senate. The provision does not have a sunset date and does not carry a direct appropriation, which keeps it outside the more contested budget discussions that surround other sections of the omnibus bill. You've been listening to Sustainability Soundbites by Environment and Energy Leader. For partnership opportunities, please reach out to our team.